Yo! What's the deal, everybody? Welcome to another Raider Nation Unlimited. I'm your man, Wasted Talent. Heard any news today? Heard about any trades today? Is there a new owner? What is the deal, everybody? What is going on? Shout out and salutations to everybody in the nation, man. It's a big, big day, man. It's a big day. This is the first day of the rest of our lives as Raider fans. The first day of the rest of our lives. A lot has gone on today. A lot of things that have been in the works. And now we have some resolution. We have some clarity. We have a path forward. Let's get into it, everybody. As you guys know, as you all well know, Davante Adams was traded to the New York Jets. I know you guys have seen it all over the wire. You know, I report on the graph. Everybody, ESPN. And we're going to break the Davante Adams trade down, right? But I think we need to get into this whole Tom Brady business. Now, Tom Brady is now a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, some will say Tom Brady has always owned the Raiders. Now he actually does. The mother effer is the owner of the damn Raiders, man. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, y'all. Listen. The one thing that has always made me very concerned about the future of the Raiders is the fact that there's not a guy in the building that you know is up at that level that knows what's going on. Like, you always hear about the people who are advising Mark Davis and stuff like that. You know, the Marcel Reeses of the world, all of these guys, right? But at the end of the day, they don't really have any real power. They're just guys that, you know, that Mark's picking their brain, right? They always had a consortium with John Madden and all these other guys, right? But these are guys that, for their with all their infinite wisdom, when Madden was alive, right? I mean, great football mind, right? But it was a football mind of yesteryear. Having a Tom Brady as an owner, I think that it's a good thing for the Raiders. I don't think a guy like Tom Brady would get involved with something that's not going to be successful. He's a winner. He's a competitor. And I believe that when he steps through the building, and I'm going to get into how much of the Raiders he does own, I think he's there for a particular. I think Mark Davis respects Tom Brady. It's not, you know, an accident you see Mark Davis hanging out with Tom Brady. And, you know, he had him involved with the Aces, and now he has him involved with the Raiders. He respects Brady. And I think that if there's anybody in the football world that can come in here and kind of steer Mark in a certain direction at certain times, and it could be a voice for Mark to lean on, Brady is that guy. But salute to everybody in the chat. We got almost 400 in the room. Get wasted with your brother Wasted. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this thing out over all social media, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever you like, TikTok. Just share it everywhere, everybody. We need the nation in here. This is a most splendiferous occasion, y'all. And I know a lot of people are upset. I know there's a lot of people that are like, man, Brady owns the Raiders. Davante Adams got traded today. What the F is going on here? But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. This is not the worst thing in the world, man. This is not bad. This is not bad. I'm actually kind of happy, man. Let me give my shout out to salutations. My guy, Jason Singleton. Mother F wants a Raider, always a Raider. He was never a Raider, ever. Bro already in New York with Rodgers on the Pat McAfee Show. The deal just went through. I'm tired of us cashing out these hoes with 3 legs. You need to pause with that. That F is wrong with you, Jason Singleton. Shout out to you. Gotti Got It, Show Enough Podcast. Raiders, salute, wasted. Can we bring up running backs? Oh, you're jumping the line, Gotti Got It. You're jumping the line. We're going to talk about that. My guy, Mr. Silver. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Shout out to Longy, Louis Garcia, David Cardenas, Mac 12, my guy Laundry Red, Sam Miller, Matt Barraquah, man. I mean, everywhere. Sam Mitchell, Chris Miller. I mean, everybody, man. Everybody's in a place, y'all. But look, let's get into it, right? The Brady thing, and we're gonna touch on the Brady thing, the Brady situation, the Brady conversation, and we're gonna get out of it. Now, Tom Brady is now a partial owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He doesn't own a majority stake, but he has his business partner, Tom Wagner, and himself were each approved 5% shares of the franchise. Brady's former teammate and former Raider Richard Seymour was granted a 0.5% ownership stake in the team. Now, what does that really mean, right? That 5% in reality doesn't mean much from an ownership perspective. He doesn't move the needle. He can't make any major decisions. And Brady doesn't have, that kind of power other than voting on team issues amongst other owners of the team. But it essentially kind of means that it's like an investment. It's like investing in stock. He's going to get a return commensurate to how much the Raiders make, and that's a terrific investment for Tom Brady. Now, what it means for him being in capacity and being around football is another thing, because yes, he has a 5% stake, but there's no other owner who has the resume on the football field of Tom Brady. So I am sure that his opinion will matter a lot more than the other owners, right? Now, Brady is a broadcaster, and how this can affect his broadcast career, broadcasters have typically a lot of access to other teams throughout the week. It helps them on game day where they can have a banter. They had them little sidebar conversations. They bring it up when they're doing color commentary. And now, the NFL, and this is why I knew the deal was going to go through, because the NFL set the parameters before this thing even went through. And the broadcasters, typically have a lot of access, and I don't think Brady will, man. So amongst the contingency plans of Brady's approval, Brady's not permitted in other teams' facilities. Brady cannot witness practice. Brady cannot attend broadcast production meetings in person or virtually. Brady cannot publicly criticize game officials and other teams. And now Brady is subject to the NFL's gambling policy. And Brady's also subject to the league's anti-tampering policy. So listen, man, this is nasty work, man, because Tom Brady being in the public eye like that and being around and having to be around the game like that, that opens the Raiders up for those Raider-ass things to happen to us. I mean, far be it from us to have a guy in the building who was a part of Deflategate, was a part of Spygate, all of this shit, try to kind of skate around the rules and do the old Raider stuff, and we get caught out there. Now, that's just one thing that does concern me about Brady being an owner. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Him being a broadcaster and being an owner is something that is really, really concerning to me. And I know that the NFL is going to have an eye on the golden boy Brady. Love everything but Brady's Patriot ass coming in the fold. Big Al should reach out of heaven and slap some sense into him. I don't know. Yo, my guy, Minak, gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for making the Wasted Talent Army grow in droves. And my guy, Chris Four Raiders, gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships over here, man. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, man. Greatly appreciated. But see, now, listen, this is the thing we got to open up and we got to look into. Tom Brady tampering. Now, his relationship with Shedeur Sanders. That is another thing that we got to look into. This is something that I didn't think about until just now, man. Him not being allowed to other teams' facilities and broadcasting and production meetings, it makes it tougher for him to do his job on Fox, man. But conversely, it doesn't mean that someone else can't feed him the information through an earpiece, or he can't just physically attend meetings and stuff. He just can't physically attend meetings, which is crazy. And during the broadcast, the analysts may criticize the officials for a particular call. Brady is allowed to say whether or not he disagrees, but he is not permitted to extend his opinion beyond that point. And outside of these contingencies, Brady is still permitted to broadcast games for Fox, which is good news for them because Fox signed Brady to a massive 10-year deal, man, in 2022 with a delayed start to his contract in 2024. Now, can Tom Brady play football while being a team owner? No, he cannot. If he wanted to come out of retirement for a second time and try to make yet another comeback, the NFL would have to sell his minority share. So Tom Brady is done being a football player, and I expected that anyway, man. And it's all good, man. It's all good. It is all good. Hopefully, Tom Brady can bring, some perspective up there based off of the situation that we got going on here. Because guess what? Y'all know, like I always say,
yesterday's price is not today's price.
I'm going to tell you something. The price went through the roof for the Raiders with this Davante Adams trade, man. Oh, my God. Listen, there's a lot of people that are sad. A lot of people that are like, oh, why can't we have nice things? We like Davante. You know what, man? You guys know Wasted Talent has been telling you guys a long time that, yo, listen, yes, Davante's a great player. Yes, I don't hate Davante Adams. But does Davante's timeline add up with the same timeline of the Raiders? It doesn't. We don't have the kind of quarterback in place. We don't have a superstar quarterback. We got a young quarterback in place. And we don't even know if he's the answer either, right? We got to let him continue to play, right? But Davante Adams is trying to be on that trajectory to win now. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even know if Davante Adams is really worried about winning. I think he's really worried about his stats and his numbers. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I think if he wins a Super Bowl, great, right? But I don't know how committed he is to winning. I don't want to question him as a competitor because he's no longer a Raider. And, to be honest with you, F him, right? But at this point, when I look at all of this, man, I am so glad that the Raiders played this the way they did. Now, we're going to go into the details of the Davante Adams trade, y'all. We're going to go into the details. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I give the Raiders an A- on this trade, man. An A-, man. A effing A-, man. I'm telling you right now. Some people could say that, like, Tom Telesco should have moved faster and did this on the front end. And I said that earlier. I think Tom Telesco, once he wasn't willing to move up for a quarterback in this year's draft, I think they probably should have traded Davante Adams during the draft. Maybe they could have walked away with a young QB this year. But they made the guy, come here and suffer through the, like when he didn't show up for the offseason, when I saw that, that documentary last year, that was nasty work, bro. And I don't care how you try to paint it, you try to put it all on the Raiders. Yo, you signed up to be here. And now you just force your way out of here. They should have got rid of his ass in March. You might have gotten a first-round pick for him in March. But needless to say, we got rid of him, man. And we'll never know that, man. But we got rid of him. And listen, bro, you know who is a genius? The GM over there with the Redskins. The Redskins or the Commanders, they got a third-round pick for Jahan Dotson, bro. There's a third-round pick for Amari Cooper and Davante freaking Adams. But the difference is the Raiders do not have to pay the freight for his salary this year, man, which is excellent to me. The Raiders don't have to pay anything further on that 5-year, $140 million deal that can run for another 2 full seasons beyond this one. And not having to deal with a contract of that type gives the Raiders added flexibility, man. It gives them a lot of cap room, a lot of cap space. And listen, man, that is something that is going to be very, very, very advantageous to the people that come here in this organization going forward, man. Yeah, I mean, this is, I mean, a good day for the Raiders financially. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a great day for the Raiders financially. There are a lot of people who would sit up here and they would get mad and they would say to me, hey, man, what the hell's going on here? Why can't we keep good players? Man, let me tell you something, bro. The best thing that happened to the damn Raiders, man, was to be able to get from under that contract and not have to pay anything else. It's the best effing thing, man. The best thing. Shout out to Mignock, man, giving, 10 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships, man. Thank you for keeping the lights on here at Raider Nation Unlimited, my brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. My guy Hug D's is in a place, man. Ben Bad is in a place. The Get Off My Lawn gang is in full effect. My guy LV Smaximus, the great and powerful mod father himself, is in here, man. The Raiders have $108 million in cap space for 2025. It's a lot of new players coming in. Now, see, LV, we've been in situations like this previous, right? We've had all these kind of situations. We've had cap space. We've had picks. But the thing is, who you bringing in? Who are the minds that are in control of this? This is what I need to figure out. Now, one good thing about this Davante Adams trade is that it's a third-round pick, is contingent, possibly a second-round pick, if he makes first or second team All-Pro or the Jets go to the AFC Championship game. I'm going to be really, really honest with y'all. I don't see Davante Adams making first or second team All-Pro, and I don't see the Jets going to the AFC Championship, right? The good thing is this. You can package that pickup with your second and with your first just in case you got to move up and get somebody. It's flexibility. It's another player. To me, it's a great, great thing. It is a great thing, man. It is a great, great thing. Shout out to my brother LV Maximus with the $5 holla, man. Appreciate you, man. Leaky, Tiapu. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. DC and Tay Adams are not Raiders anymore. Fans keep talking about DC like he's a Super Bowl QB. Yeah, bro. Listen, I don't want to hear nothing else about Derek Carr. Derek Carr's hurt. Don't bring Derek Carr up in my F him. He's not here anymore. He's no longer a Raider. When he comes back, he'll get all the love and grace from me. But he's not a Raider right now, and I don't want to hear about them trading him because it's looking like they made the right decision to get rid of DC too. He I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Yo, sometimes my brain is buffering. God damn it, I'm old. It's a solid third-round pick. The Jets are dysfunctional. It is a solid third-round pick. We don't really like everybody's making it like this is going to, drive the Jets forward. Just the one thing nobody's talking about. What if Aaron Rodgers is just not that good anymore? Like, has anybody thought about that? Has anybody thought about that? Maybe Aaron is not that good. My guy, Torque Lewis. Y'all got to chill the F out with this Davante hate. Y'all absolutely shitting on a 31-year-old who played well for this team. Y'all are the same people who would say once a Raider, always a Raider. Yo, nobody's shitting on Davante Adams. But I'm going to tell you why this is a little different to me than people like to bring up the Randy Moss thing, right? People like to bring up, once a Raider, always a Raider. People like to bring up the fact that, we supposedly did him wrong. And this is pissing me off, too. This just in, man. The Vikings traded for Cam Akers. I don't know why the Raiders don't go out and go get a damn running back, but, it is what it is, man. So when we start talking about that, right, I'm going to be real with you. I don't feel that way because I feel this way about Davante Adams, and this is why it's a little different. Bro, you said that you came here and you didn't just come here just for Derek. You came here. You're the one who signed off on Luke Getsy. They did everything you wanted them to do. And then you cut and you run? This ain't the NBA, bro. The whole time he's been here, he's been crying. He was crying when Derek was here. He was crying when Derek was here. And then you talk about, the Raiders, my career can't end like this. Yo, the Raiders and the Jets got the same record. They're the same damn record. I don't want to hear it. Yo, to me, Davante Adams is a gentleman diva. All of the shit they did today, it soured me on the whole situation. Over there in the Pat McAfee Show. Popping up behind Aaron Rodgers, man, like a female. I mean, they look like they was about to go do a TikTok dance. You was in New York this morning. Mr. My hamstring hurt. Get the F out of here with that, man. Get out of here, bro. That dude is a selfish douchebag. And I don't care what nobody say, bro. Y'all can eviscerate me in the chat. I'm glad Davante Adams is gone, bro. I am, and I'm this. That's not the Raider in me talking. That's the man in me talking. Because guess what? When you make a commitment sometimes, yo, see that shit through, bro. Are you part of the problem or you part of the solution? I'm tired of having to talk about this guy. To me, he was part of the problem here. To me, he was part of the problem. And I hope he gets everything he deserves in New York. Him and Aaron Rodgers. And see, I don't like these guys who throw stones in the media and shit or do things behind the scenes and act like their hands aren't dirty. Own your shit. Aaron Rodgers talking all this crap like, oh, Robert Salah, I didn't get him fired. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Oh, I didn't have anything to do. Bruh, you can see who running shit over there. This is a guy who ran away from Aaron Rodgers, had the Raiders pay him, get him all the money that Green Bay wasn't going to give him, just for him to go right back. He wanted to prove he could play without Aaron. Now you running back over there. Y'all over there at Pat McAfee Show look like they about to shoot a TikTok. Aaron Rodgers is like, waved on to him like that was his broad or something like that. Then Davante Adams came behind him like, baddies. Get the F out of here, man. They acting like some Insta broads, man. I don't like it. F them, F Aaron Rodgers, and F Davante Adams. And yo, look, once a Raider, always a Raider, whatever. But to me, and I'm not going to say whatever, that means something to me. But when it comes to Davante Adams, I don't like the way he handled this shit. And I'm not letting him off the hook and F him. And I'm not going to be up here talking about, oh, he's great and all this shit. And listen, bro, I saw what Davante Adams posted. You know, I'm going to read it. As a kid from East Palo Alto who grew up a Raiders fan, the past 3 years have been both an honor and the fulfillment of a childhood dream. I came to Las Vegas with the intention of bringing a championship to the city and have cherished every opportunity to play with the continued pursuit in mind. To my teammates, coaches, and ownership and staff. Wait, let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this while I'm reading it. Let me show y'all this. The F out of here with all of this nonsense. The F out of here. And you know what? I don't have a Davante Adams jersey because I ain't buying no jerseys and no players that are playing right now. F them. I only wear legends. People who used to play for the team because we trade people too much, bro. Wait, hold on. To my teammates, coaches, and ownership. You all have taught me countless lessons, and I am forever grateful for the resiliency, drive, and commitment you brought every day as we work tirelessly to build something together. To Raider Nation, thank you for your relentless passion and unwavering support. When I put on the historic shield every Sunday from Oakland to Las Vegas, Raider Nation has and will always be part of my family. Get that F out of here. The F out of here with that nonsense. That scripted bullshit. I don't want to hear that. Get out of here. Go do your little snap faces and your TikTok dances with Aaron Rodgers. The F out of here with your bull crap. You single-handedly, bruh, listen, and this is even last year. We saw behind the scenes what you really thought. Let me tell y'all something. The only jersey of a player that currently is playing for the Raiders that I have is Max Crosby. And no matter what happens with Max Crosby, bro, I will keep his jersey because he's a homegrown real Raider. And I'm going to tell you something. If Davante Adams pulls that shit in the Northeast with the Jet fan base, this is the most toxic. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all think we toxic, bro. The New York fan and the New York media is effing toxic. Toxic. I'm telling you right now, if he pulls this crap in New York, oh my God. Oh my God. They will eviscerate him. Eviscerate him. You know what? There's somebody in my chat right now saying Vegas is so ass. Davante Adams wanted out. You know who's so ass? A guy who has a cartoon avatar on YouTube. You know what's so ass, bro? This response and you. You say another thing because guess what? I am in rare form today. I am waiting to unceremoniously block somebody. I'm telling you right, you say one more effing thing, Oscar, you will be unceremoniously blocked. Blocked. You know what, Oscar? You know, I'm feeling froggy. You got to go. You get that F out of here. Effing bum. Blocked. Blocked. The F out of here. Talk about we ass. You know who's ass? That comment. Get the F out of here. But let me tell you something. So I'm a little angry right now. Listen, you know what the thing is too, man? At least get like a cool cartoon. Go get an anime character or something. Go get like something cool, man. Go get Optimus Prime or something like that. You got some Disney fish character, douchebag. The F up out of here. What a doucher. Well, let me tell you something, man. Get him the F out of here. I don't give a damn. You come over here, you force a trade over here. This is the last time I'm going to talk on this. You force a trade over here. Then you see the situation. Because when Derek was here, he was complaining too. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? And from the word go, he's been trying to force his way over there or to get the F out of here. When you come to a team, bro, and they give you that generational wealth, and this is something that you asked for. Randy Moss, we traded for Randy. Was what it was. We have guys in this building that you can build around, bro. We have people in this building that you can build around. This situation with the Raiders is not that far off. We can turn around and win, bro. I don't know if it's gonna happen this season, bro. I don't know. I would be a complete liar if I told y'all that I thought we was gonna win. I don't think we're going anywhere this way. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not that far gone, bro. And yo, listen, Epic Gamer. Yes, you're right. You've been had people you can build off of the past 40 years. Yeah, you're right. Yo, I cannot disagree with you, Epic Gamer. But what I will say to you is this: we have foundational pieces. We have money. We have a competent GM. You got Tom Brady coming into the building, right? And you have a situation where you have like 30% of your roster that you were dependent on hurt. You have some foundational pieces that are hurt right now. And we cannot poo-poo that. We cannot just crumble that up and throw that in the trash. We have to, if you're going to talk facts, a lot of people talk about facts and, you know, you can't get too emotional and all this kind of stuff, right? But the fact remains is that if you have good players on your roster and those good players are not playing and they're hurt, your team will suffer for that. Right or wrong. Your team will suffer for that. And I'm going to tell you one thing, man. Christian Wilkins being hurt. Malcolm Kuntz being hurt. You know? All of these guys. Colton Miller is out there, but Colton Miller's been hurt. Cole Miller probably still hurt. Theron Mumford is hurt. Divine Diablo was hurt. Listen to me. If you make the right moves this offseason with all of that cap space, if you do draft your quarterback of the future, you have a pretty good starting point to turn this thing around very, very quickly. Now, when we start talking about coaching and all of that stuff, I will be real with you guys. When it comes to AP, when it comes to Tom Telesco, when it comes to all these guys, man, when it comes to Luke Getsy, with Tom Telesco, his evaluation process for me starts draft day. Free agency and draft, that's how I'm going to see what we got in Tom Telesco. But what I will say for you is when it comes to Antonio Pierce, I'm going to be evaluating Antonio Pierce every game this year. Win, lose, draw, tie. I'm going to be, and what I'm looking for is the style of play, how he's managing the game. Is he making strides and improvements? Because there is a gap in his coaching experience, and it's noticeable. It's notable. It's noticeable, bro. It is. It's noticeable. I was a huge supporter, and I'm like, I like Antonio Pierce. I like the idea of what Antonio Pierce brought to the building. I like the idea of what he is. But listen, we've seen this movie before, and I can't allow my football brain and what I'm seeing, I can't allow my emotions to tell me I'm not seeing that. So at the end of the season, they're going to have to recalibrate, and they're going to have to see exactly what's what. This is what's going to have to happen. It's going to have to happen. We've seen this with the Texans. The Texans did this. They made a paradigm shift very, very quickly. Arizona is not a team to really talk about, but I remember before they got Kyler Murray, you had Steve Wilkes was a coach, and then they hired Cliff Kingsbury, and it seemed to work pretty good. But the fact remains is this. There's two reasons Luke Getsy is here. Luke Getsy was not the first choice, right? Wasn't the third choice. He was a guy that Davante Adams said that he believed in. Davante Adams ain't here no more. So, no matter what happens from here on out, you should go get the guy that you wanted. I don't have the faith that Luke Getsy has never shown me that he can develop anybody. I need somebody that is either very, very bright offensively and is innovative, or I need somebody that has a track record that's a proven track record, a real proven track record, not hopium, not fakeness, not bullshit. Seriously. But I'm going to tell you something. If the Detroit Lions can do it, if the Texans can do it, they did it two different ways. The Detroit Lions went out there, they traded, they got rid of an older player, and they got a quarterback that was younger back in return, right? The Texans retooled, got a bunch of picks, drafted the right guys. They located their pass rusher, they located their quarterback, and bam, they were off to the races. Went and got a young, innovative coach. They're off to the races. There's more than one way to skin a cat. But what I will tell you is that trade was addition by subtraction, like my man Lunatez Pelmoon said. Shout out to my resident Cowboy fan and the place to be. That was addition by subtraction, Raider Nation. Because that attitude, that sentiment, and that's a sentiment that was an issue last season. He was checked by a team leader for that nonsense last season. He was told it ain't all about you. Yeah. Don't think that, you don't see the team crying about him leaving. Yeah. Ain't nobody crying about that. They're like, man, get the F out of here. We're trying to win. We're trying to right this ship. We don't skin cats. We trade them. They're Hall of Fame caliber, bro. He can listen. Just because he's a Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame caliber. I'm not taking that away from Tech. Doesn't mean that he's the right player for us at this stage in our development, and it doesn't mean that he's a Hall of Fame person. It doesn't mean he's a Hall of Fame person. And there were so many times I saw Davante Adams sulking like a little bitch after we won a game. Yo, he announced he wanted to leave after we won. Micro said it best. Dude showed me he was last year when we beat Green Bay and he sulked, talking about greatness and not wins. The F does that even mean? Guys, I am so far behind on these supers. Let me get to these, man. My guy, Kenny Raiders, man, with a $2 slappy, man. My guy, what a happy day. Donna is gone and his drama. F him. McFly, yo, OG just popped in. Your thoughts on the trade? I'm giving them as loud as I possibly can. We got over 1,000 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Oh, my God. DeMokes, like Stu said, I never liked that feminine fellow. Wow. Shout out to Stu. Stu is a national treasure, everyone. My guy, Big Al, in the place to be. DA and Aaron on the McAfee Show looking like a Diddy freak-off. Pause. What the F is wrong with you, man? Not a Diddy freak-off, bro. Y'all tripping, yo. Oh, man, yo. All I know is that him and Davante, man, listen, bro. They listen. They can listen, bro. I'm sure they're gonna call each other. Do you have the same thing? I have the same thing on. I have my socks on. You have your matching socks? I'll see you at work. Okay. Smooches. Get the F out of here with that nonsense, douchebag. The nation ain't been this rabbit since Oakland, man. You damn right. The F out of here, Davante. Wasted about to break a gout foot off in y'all. You damn right, AP. Thank you for the $20 bomb. Thank you, my brother. McFly. Wish Tay the best. We move forward as usual. Oh, yeah, you damn real. F him. Edgar Bonilla. Let's move on. Let's talk football. Youth movement. Edgar Bonilla, I will excuse you from telling me how to run my show, but we are going to talk about the youth movement, my brother. My guy, DeMokes, with the $5 smizash. Raiders should have gone to Tay's house before the trade, tied him down with the blankets, and whipped his ass with bars of soap. Oh, man, you going full metal jacket? You going full private pile on him? I don't know if we should be doing something like that. My guy, Lazy D Raiders, with the most unique super chat ever. The 888 greatness. AP has a vision of the team that Mark Davis believes in, and Telesco is bringing AP type of players in through the draft. Let the men cook. Look, bro, I don't know if Tom Telesco is drafting players based off of what AP wants. Could be. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to have a clear and concise vision, and you all have to be on the same page to really build something great. And I hope that they are, right? But once again, I don't want to see any more mistakes schematically from our coach. If we're losing and we're playing hard and we have a bad season, that's to be expected when you have this many injuries and when you don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback or a great quarterback that can kind of put the team on his back and carry. We don't have that. Right. And when you have most of your defense and guys, hurt, this is what happens when you have an injury riddle year. But I don't want us beating ourselves. If we're not beating ourselves, we're disciplined. We're 8th in the league in penalties. That's pretty damn good. I can work with that. I can't work with Luke Getsy coming back. I can't work with that. I don't care what nobody says. I cannot work with that. Clone Avenger, Brady coming in makes me think Shadow for sure. Maybe, maybe not. Just because he cool with him don't mean that's his favorite quarterback, bro. Larry DM with the $5 holler. Coupon Tom likely drafted 2 starting O-linemen and an all-pro tight end. Give him time to cook and do not time the AP. I'm not tying him to AP. I'm glad that there's a clear and concise pecking order. Coupon Tom is here. AP is here. He's the coach. They're not a marriage. They're working collectively because you have to, because they're on the same team. They're eating off the same plate. But I am glad that, they're not. It's not this thing where one go, the other one got to go. I'm glad. My guy AP gifted 5 Raider Nation Unlimited, wasted talent, memberships. And that membership, you guys are going to see more value out of that, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Telling you right now, man. Telling you right effing now. So, guys, we got to get more into this, man. My guy, Daniel Caps Keenan. I said it before, and I will say it again. We have to draft dogs at their position and not utility players. Look at where we are now from drafting utility players. Daniel Caps Keenan, you ain't never lied about that. I am so sick of us drafting players and putting them in another effing position. I've had my fill of that shit. I want if you want a left tackle, don't draft some guard and try to make him a left tackle. The F out of here with that. My guy Soul Chef with the $20 smackaroonie, bro. Appreciate you, bro, for supporting the channel. We got the draft capital to make farm ships changing. To make farm ships changing moves this offseason. Got to get it right. Hiring McDaniel set us back a lot. Time to recover. Going to feel good about having a young QB we can be excited about. Now, let's hope we do. See, the one thing that I don't want to do is this. I'm not building myself up. I'm not going to say we're definitely taking a quarterback because we thought we were definitely taking a quarterback this year. We thought we were definitely going to move up. We don't even know where the Raiders are going to finish. We don't know nothing. I'm not saying a damn thing about what Coupon Tom's going to do. For real, until he does it. Until we have that quarterback signed, sealed, delivered, and in the building, I ain't saying nothing. Because Tom Telesco has been notoriously a guy who gets best player available. And if he's the guy who makes the final say-so on that, we don't know who we're going to wind up with. And not having Davante Adams in the building is one thing. That's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. He can go back out there and go around the dance floor again and go sign, one of the toys from the land of misfit parts. I'm telling you right now. We might be cussing Coupon Tom out. Yo, my guy, Solomon High Stakes Mitchell with the $5 special. Wasted. Just trying to help keep the lights on. Oh, F-Tay. All the way to Jersey. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you know it's nasty work, too, bro. It's now I probably run into Davante Adams now. He live right up in I know Aaron Rodgers live up in Montclair. Might run into him. I might be, sitting there eating breakfast in the Claire. I go to the Claire Tom. I got ties over there. I got a lot of friends over in Montclair. Shout out to Montclair, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? I might be sitting down eating breakfast or something like that. Yeah, they got a nice little restaurant. Might be at Cuban Pete's having dinner. And might bump into Davante Adams. And you know what I'm gonna say to him? F him. Raiders stuff on and all. F him. Axe X. Just once, I like to watch Raider content that doesn't have a gang of crying. People are too damn emotional. Let me tell you something. Axe S, is your boy wasted talent? Emotional from time to time? Yes, I am. But you know what, man? It's because I feel like this fan base, man, has been through a lot. I feel like I'm in a battered relationship. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with the Raiders. And some of you feel like that too, right? It's always something new, and it's never something good, bro. It's never, like the Davante Adams thing. Do I wish it had worked out? Yeah. Did I think it was going to work out? No. One of the reasons why I wanted Davante Adams to be, once he got here, I had to warm up to the idea. It happened when I was on the air. You guys remember when I first started podcasting, Davante Adams is a Raider, all of that. Because it was so shocking. But before the trade was going, you guys can go back in the archives. You can go back over to some Graph's old shows. You can go back over to Hammer's old shows, and you can definitely go back to mine. Before we were trading for Davante, my whole point was, listen, draft somebody. I don't want us to go out there in the free agent. I don't want us to give up draft capital to bring in an older player because we're not there yet. I said the only reason why you would bring a Davante Adams in is that I am sick of hearing people say that Derek Carr doesn't have a number one receiver. So go get it. Right now, people have seemed to forget that he had Amari Cooper and he had Michael Crabtree. And those two guys did a hell of a lot for the Raiders when they were here. They're not Davante Adams, but it's not like he's had nothing. Derek had weapons. I was ready to move on from dude. I was ready to move on. And I don't want to keep bringing bro up, but I was ready to move on because it's not that, there's a contingency plan in place immediately. The thing is that if you keep a guy that clearly can't elevate the team in a way where some superstar quarterbacks can take a medium, middle of the road roster and elevate them to a playoff status. If you're not that kind of player, I can't pay you like you're that kind of player. And if I still have you on the roster, that means I can't seek better. See, the metric should always be greatness. It's a commitment to excellence, right? It's not a commitment to mediocrity, right? So if you're going to go and you're going to wear that and you're going to say commitment to excellence all over that building, when you get mediocrity, you got to get it and cut it out of there. It's cancer. Get it going, especially in prominent roles. You could be a great guy. You can have some talent, all of that. But at the end of the day, can you elevate us to the levels that we're trying to get to? Because we're trying to get to sustained winning. We trying to get to sustained winning, bro. Sustained winning. Shout out to my guy Big Mike in the place. Shout out to everybody that's pulling up, man. We got over 1,000 in the room. Get wasted with your brother wasted. Cincy bow tie with the Anderson Pack Abbey. Shout out to Anderson Pack. Next year, starting O-line, left to right. Mumford, rookie, JPJ, Parham, Glaze. But be honest with you, bro. Mumford has earned, he's earned a look. But if they can find somebody to replace Mumford or to bring him the challenge, Mumford and Parham need to be challenged, bro. Nothing is earned as far as I'm concerned. Like, Parham, when you look at the numbers, the Pro Football Focus stuff, he has all these pod plus grades. Parham is a guy that should not come into camp not having a battle for his job. And I think if the Raiders are going to spend money on any part of this football team in free agency, it should definitely be the offensive line. They need to have a mixture, and you need to have a heterogeneous mixture of free agents and drafted players. So now you have the Glazes, the JPJs, you got Mumford, you got Parham, right? If you bring in another guy or two that are free agents, especially if you bring in one more high-end free agent. If you bring in a high-end free agent, if you get rid of Colton Miller and you get him out of here, right? You trade him, whatever, because Colton Miller looks like he's on the wrong side of 30 right now. He's on the wrong side of his age. 2018, he was drafted. He's been very, very solid. He once a Raider, always a Raider. I just think if Colton Miller, doesn't recover from this situation he has injury-wise, you might want to look into upgrading that position. And I would love to see that. I would love to see the Raiders go out there and spend that money in free agency, hopefully get a quarterback. So you have a quarterback who is walking into a building, hopefully they re-up a lot of our foundational pieces. A lot of the guys like Palmau, who I think has a bright future in the National Football League. You keep Max Crosby. Hell, give him a goddamn raise. Now, with Malcolm Koonce, he has no choice. He's got to come back. Hopefully Malcolm Koonce is healthy. You get Koonce. Get Christian Wilkins back healthy, right? You go out there, get you another defensive back. You might want to keep Nate Hobbs. You might want to keep him. Merrick, who knows? Who knows, right? But you go out there and you fill in holes with some of this cap space you have. Retain some of your young guys. Draft you a quarterback, and you can be off to the races the same way you were if you draft the right quarterback like they did with C.J. Stroud. You could be off to the races, but you have to have the minds in the building to develop the brain trust that's being brought in, man. We should have known we had a problem with DA when he wouldn't play in the preseason. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on, man. DA went from a 2-14 to a 2-14. Hope the Jets go down in flames. Yo, that's right. That's right. I hope they get fucking kicked down the stairs. Kick down the effing stairs. F them. Let me get down to the bottom of these chat. Man, this is going crazy in here. Good night to all my fellow Raider family. Going to watch some playoff baseball. Hope the show keeps me rolling until we meet again. See you guys soon, my brothers. Thank you, Frank Perez. Appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you guys for pulling up. Tom Brady is going to shake things up. Yeah, and listen, let's get back to that. Let's get back to that. Mark Davis is crazy right now. Get the F out of here, Mark Davis. Mark Davis said, we traded Davante Adams for Tom Brady in the 3rd round pick today. Mark Davis, you think you funny, man. Think you funny, man. Tom Brady has wrote a letter to Raider Nation, y'all. I'm incredibly humbled and excited to have been unanimously approved as an owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Throughout my NFL career, I've learned at its core football is a game of teamwork, resiliency, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. The Raiders franchise in the city of Las Vegas embody the same values, and I am honored to become part of that story. Football has been my entire life, growing up in the Bay Area. In so many ways, my football life and journey has come full circle, and I love the sport. I love my teammates and coaches, and the fans and every organization I've been part of. The sport brings us together in a way nothing else can. I grew up on the field, and it is a blessing to know I'll be involved in the greatest league in the world for the rest of my life. I'd like to thank Mark Davis for welcoming me into the family and the tireless work he has done to help build on the organization that so many fans know and love today. Also, thank you to Commissioner Goodell for his support, as well as the NFL owners that supported my dream. I am forever grateful. I'd also like to thank my partner, Tom Wagner, Don Yee, Jim Gray, Alex Spiro, Larry Delson, as they have been instrumental in helping me achieve this incredible milestone. I'm eager to contribute to the organization in any way I can, honoring the Raiders' rich tradition while finding every possible opportunity to offer the fans and, most importantly, win football games. Just win, baby. Let's fucking go, Tom Brady. Oh, my God. So now you got the greatest quarterback of all time, the guy who kind of put a nail in the coffin for us many, many, many times, coming full circle. Let's hope some of that Brady magic can be sprinkled on this organization, man. Let's hope that. Let's hope that, man. I mean, listen, man. I don't think we're going to get the Keystone Cop stuff anymore. And I know a lot of you guys are like, man, he a minority owner. We don't care. As long as Mark Davis here, the Raiders are never going to win. I believe that Tom Brady was brought in to be that stable football mind. Because, listen, Mark Davis has shown you at every turn since he's owned this team that he does not want to be the one to make the football decisions. He doesn't. Soon as he got control of his team, fired Hugh Jackson. He got rid of Amy Trask, which I think was a mistake. He fired Greg Papa. Fired him. He brought in Reggie McKenzie. He brought in Dennis Allen. He let Reggie McKenzie run this thing. And Reggie got us to a certain point, and when he got a bite at the apple to get the person he really wanted, soon as he came back, which was John Gruden, he brought Gruden in. He handed the keys to John Gruden. Now he brought Tom Brady in. It is confirmed that he is going to be a part of the operation. So now you have a man, nobody's won more than Tom Brady in the modern era of football. Nobody's won more than Brady damn near in the history of the league. You know, you could talk about Otto Graham. I think Otto Graham won like 10 NFL championships. I forget. But that was a long time ago. Before the merger, this is, this is Otto Graham we're talking about. This is the 50s. This is during the Eisenhower administration. This is when we're talking, man. We're talking about fallout shelters and duck and cover. This is back then when Otto Graham was playing, right? Man, this is crazy, man. You know what? It's amazing how the wasted one things just the beautiful mind of wasted talent, man. Right. But the thing is this, right? Tom Brady's the biggest winner there's ever been in this league, and he knows what it looks like. Now, I'm going to reserve judgment. I'm not going to sit up here and say he's going to be this and he's going to be transformed. We're going to win. We do that a little too much. I am taking a wait and see approach. But the thing that I know for without a shadow of a doubt that there's two people in this ownership group that has played this game at the highest level. They understand what it looks like. They know about the game schematically and what should happen, what kind of coach, this, that, and the third. I don't know how that's going to translate. I don't know how much Mark is going to listen, but it gives me solace that I know that there is somebody in the inner sanctum who knows what the F's going on, who's won a lot. That's what I love, man. That is what I love, man. Joseph C. Does Tom Brady's mom owns 5% of the Raiders? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tell you what, man. But let me tell y'all something. I don't think we bring Gruden back. I think that put a nail in the. I think Mark's looking for somebody to pass the hot potato to. I don't think we bring Gruden back, especially with Brady up there, man. AP, the facts that both Carroll and Mark Davis own 48%, 47%. Before that 10% goes to whoever. So, and they always gonna own it. And I love that. But I love that, Brady being here too. That if we can start winning once Mark gets older, you got somebody in the building on the ownership group, maybe that can grab some more of the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about winning, bro. All about winning, man. What about Tom Brady shows you that he knows how to hire a GM? What about Tom Brady shows he knows how to bring a team up as a partial owner? Listen, there is nothing about Tom Brady. This is why I say I'm reserving judgment, right? That shows me that Brady knows anything about that. But this is the difference. Would you say that experience is the best teacher? Would you say that success breeds success? Would you say that know-how and things of that nature would be an indicator of future success? The work you've put in, what you've been around? Let me tell you something. Tom Brady has won a hell of a lot in this league. Tom Brady is a guy who, like when you guys talk about we should bring in Ben Johnson, right? You know what Tom Brady said? Tom Brady talked about Ben Johnson, right? So when you see some of the bright minds in this league, right? Kurt Warner's a guy I hear a lot about too. Like Kurt Warner's a guy who says a lot of great things. He's a Hall of Fame guy too, right? Just like Brady. These guys know this game, bro. So at the very least, I would love to see somebody who knows what it looks like. Tom Brady. So basically, right? Would you say that Tom Brady speaking on Ben Johnson would be an indication that if Mark Davis is having a coaching hire, right? Tom Brady loves what he's doing. Would you say that would be something that Mark Davis will be interested in hearing when it's time for the coaching search? You know what I'm saying? Would you think that would be something Mark Davis or some information he'd be interested in? I do. On the Fox broadcast, Brady, the Hall of Fame quarterback, said, if you're not having fun watching, you don't have a heartbeat. He broke down why he's impressed with the Lions starting offense. It said Johnson's play calling and system is phenomenal. He says, I'd love to be the quarterback in that offense. It's just so much fun. Giddy Brady said again, there's a lot of variety to choose from. So when I look at this offense, it reminds me of what great offenses should be in the NFL. This is a great blueprint. They're under center a lot. A lot of it's play action pass. A lot of it is deception. So it really shows that it slows the defense down, and you see the benefits of it. This is what Brady said about Ben Johnson. That kind of insight is something that wasn't previously in the building, bro. And did it really have the same validity coming from others as opposed to a guy like Brady? Did it? I'm asking for a friend. I am asking for a friend. What the F is going on in the chat? Let me read some of these supers. Why the F is there talk about Stifler's mom in here? This is not American Pie. Salute, Wasted. Parham already lost his job to Meredith. Check the film, it's obvious. And have you noticed that we have not ran one end around this last game? I noticed, bro. Where's the trickery? My guy, Yo Raider, with the $5 holler. So what happens when Rodgers retires next year? Tay gonna be a baby bitch and ass out again? He was never a Raider to me. Bring on Brady in the era. Go time. My guy, man. Oh man, my guy Yo Raider with the smack today. Ford Dog with the $5 special. Mark Davis is all in on a QB no matter what Coupon Tom thinks. Listen, Mark Davis need to be all on in. Mark Davis need to say, yo, listen, Mark Davis needs to come down with his Friar Tuck cut and say, listen, Coupon, you might be Coupon Tom, but I'm Paycheck Mark. Get me what I need in this building so I don't have the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chiefs and all of these other people taking my stadium over, disrespecting the Raider name. We had the Chiefs come in our building and win a championship playing the 49ers, bro. I almost threw up in my mouth. I didn't watch one down of that Super Bowl. Then after that, we have watched our arch nemesis, the Pittsburgh Steelers, come in the building and take it over. It's an effing problem. Sharif Salakahan with the $2 smash. Back to the Patriot way. Belichick will be head coach, shaking my head. Sharif, I think you were wrong. Let me tell you something. To get off my long game will corroborate this. The Patriot way is the Raider way. Do you know that? Do you know that? Did you know that? I want to know if you knew that. Sharif, I'll read something to you, bro. The Patriot way is always what? Do your job, right? Did you know that? It's do your job. Can we agree on that? Okay, let me read this to you. Al Davis, the former owner of the Oakland and Las Vegas and Los Angeles Raiders, created the advice, do your job. The story is Al Davis mentored Bill Parcells, the former head coach of the New York Giants, after coaching him at an All-Star game. When Bill Parcells was struggling with the Giants in 1981, Davis told him to shut the F up and just do your job. Your job isn't to find players. Your job isn't to put the roster together. Your job is to coach. Do your effing job. The legacy is that Bill Parcells passed that advice down to Scott Pioli, former Patriots executive, who later told Julian Edelman about this story and the motto. The motto became synonymous with Bill Belichick, who took it from Parcells. So when you talk about the Patriot way, that started with, Bill Parcells mentoring Bill Belichick, and Bill Parcells was mentored by the great and powerful Al effing Davis, the legend. So don't y'all ever forget the Patriot way is the Raider way. Nobody won more than us when Al was young. The Steelers won some Super Bowls, but we were consistent, bro. We were always in it. We were a great organization. We had a winningest organization, win percentage-wise, up into the 80s. Don't ever forget that. So when you talk about that, you make sure you put some respect on the Raiders and put some respect on the Raider name and put some respect on the real Raider way. And it's coming back now, damn it. Because we got a guy in the building who knows what it takes to win. The man has won 7 Super Bowls. The man is one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time. And if anything good comes out of this, the one thing I know about a quarterback knows who is a real quarterback. They know what it looks like. They know what it looks like. And I'm happy for it. And I don't want to bring in Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells is old. Let's look to the future. But Brady having a perspective to talk about how innovative Ben Johnson is. Brady gives you instant credibility. He's a rock star. People want to be around him. People want to pick his brain. So if you're a coach, it's a lot different from sitting down and getting interviewed by just Mark Davis and Mark Badane, right? Now you get interviewed by Tom Brady and Richard Seymour, right? So say, for instance, the Raiders, right? have a chance and a swing at Shedeur Sanders, right? When they're doing those interviews and Brady's his mentor. He got a personal relationship with him. Who's more viable in box office than Tom? Who's more viable in box office than, so when you come in, Brady just gives a certain level of credibility to the front office now, just from him being there. And you can't deny that. Look, and you guys don't like Shedeur, cool. But I'm sure that Tom and all of the people in that building, they're going to go out there, and if they're the ones who get a bite at the apple with these quarterbacks, they're going to bring in the right guy, man. They're going to bring in the right guy. So now you don't have to sit up there and worry about Mark Davis effing it up because he got people who know the game next to him. That's all you need sometimes. That's all you need, bro. You need people that know the game. S. Dot, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. His wife didn't get shit from him. That goes to show you what you don't know. He got all his money in his mama name, yo. Tom Brady been around brothers a long time, man. Tom Brady know what it is, man. He did his thing, man. Let me get back to some of these. My guy, Demokes. Demokes loves MILFs, everybody. Shout out to him. He hearts MILFs. Shout out to Demokes. Disgusting work in my chat. I don't know how we got into MILF talk over here. I mean, is Zach Wilson in the chat? What the hell's going on? Is the MILF hunter himself in here? What the F is going on here, guys? My guy, Dix Insider, he also loves MILFs. Shout out to Dix Insider, man. Shout out to him. If Brady would have went to any other team, we would be talking about the team being a new contender. Woodson. We can't have nice things. I'm ready. Yo, listen, bro. Listen, man. It's always a good thing when you got guys who understands what the hell's going on. Carson Beck, Jalen, microeconomics, and Cam Ward for QB. I don't like Cam Ward. Carson Beck's all right. I mean, we'll see, man. It's too early to talk about that shit right now, man. My God. Free thinker wasted. Didn't you at one time couldn't stand TB12 because of delayed footballs? I can never stand Tom Brady. I'm going to be honest, I still can't until he helps the Raiders win. F him. Right? But what I can't hate on his resume. I got to tell you the truth. I mean, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He knows what's going on. He's been around a lot of winning. I'm not telling you I love Tom Brady. I love the idea of what he can bring to our organization. I love that. Love that. Golf is thriving in Ben Johnson's system because the same system he ran with Sonny Dykes at California. I had no idea, bro. Don't start naming all the top draft prospects like we about to get them all. Come on, y'all. Look, people are just naming people that they like. LN Pro, LNM Pro. They're entitled to have a wish list before the damn draft. God damn. I mean, what the F, man? Yo, Hug D's loves MILFs as well. What is this? Is this what the F is going on here? What have you guys turned my PG show? What the F is going on? God! Wow! About to be unceremoniously effing blocked. The F is going on here? It's nasty work. You guys are disgusting. Disgusting here, man. What's wrong with you guys? Are you guys trying to ruin this show?
Tutorial this since you know what the fuck you doing.
I mean, what are you guys trying to ruin the show here? You guys are all getting blocked. What the hell is going on here, man? Bro, y'all do this every year. Why can't we talk about something realistic? This be the problem. If they can have their opinion, I can have mine. Wasted. Damn. I want a real solution. I'm tired of this. Listen, bro, this is friendly fire, LNM. But what I'm saying is that it's not an opinion at this point, bro. We don't know where we picking in the draft. We don't know if these guys are even going to be healthy around the draft. They got a lot of college football to go. We haven't seen the combine. We haven't seen no Senior Bowl. We haven't seen no East-West Shrine Bowl. We've seen none of this shit, right? They just shooting out names, bro. You got look. If you're a knowledgeable guy, right? You watch college football and you evaluate guys. There are other levels. There's tiers to fandom, right? Now we all love this team, right? But some people fan differently. You got some guys who fan in a way where they go and they break the film down. They watch all 22 because they have a schematic knowledge of football. You know, you even with content creators, you got some content creators who are guys who are like guys that are currently coaching. You got some guys who played the game at a high level and know how to break film down. They have access to different things that other people do. You have guys that have never snapped, they've never played a down in football. And they go up here and they talk and they scream, they get their opinion out, right? You have other guys who've been around the game a long time, seen the game, played it, coached it, all of that, right? So all of those different, I would say opinions and ideas are all valid. They're all valid. You know what I'm saying, my brother? But this is the difference, though, bro. With you know, and I know that, yo, look, you only have so many picks. But at this point, bro, anybody that mentions players, they just mentioning them because they like them. And you got to allow them and let them cook, bro. Come on, my brother. Let them cook. Let them effing cook. But, yo, you are entitled to your opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion at Raider Nation Unlimited, unless you get unceremoniously blocked. And, bro, you're not the only one tired of this shit, bro. This is friendly fire here, bro. Bro, this show is information, affirmation, and it is a therapy session, bro. It's a daily therapy session, bro. This is what this is. Just embrace it. Embrace it, bro. Sometimes the Raiders are good for our mental health, and sometimes they're really bad for our mental health. And sometimes we got to get together. This is like going to a support group almost. But it's respected. But go, guys, we've been, you know, come on, man. True Raider Podcast says a block party. You damn right. It's about to be a block party. You guys keep with all this filth in my chat. Like you guys are the only ones who love MILFs. I mean, who doesn't? What red-blooded American male doesn't like a good MILF here and now? Yeah. Do you see his trade for anybody, Edgar V? No, not really. I don't. You know, I see us making kind of, you know, boomer bust kind of moves like we did with Chasen. You know, a guy that's very physically talented that we brought in to try to develop. I think we're at the stage in the game where we should just be bringing in guys that have been jettisoned on the waiver wire. And the only way I would bring somebody in a free agent capacity is if it didn't cost us a lot, or a trade capacity before the break. If it doesn't cost us a lot and it's a guy that we have earmarked for our future. So when you start talking about bringing guys in, now if you bring in a guy who, say for instance, like, and this is not a guy that's out there because he's on the Eagles now, right? But a guy like Mekhi Becton. When Mekhi Becton was available and he was being shopped around, that is a guy who you can have a long-term development plan with because he's a young player that was drafted very high. It's a boomer bust kind of move, especially if you can get the other team to take some of the money and it makes sense under your cap, then you're cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see the Raiders going out there making a splash because at this point, man, we know what it is, right? We have a quarterback that, you know, if he was really, you know, in the Raiders' future, he would have started from day one. We have a pedestrian journeyman quarterback behind him. We have a ton of injuries. And we have a young roster and a young first-year head coach trying to find his way. So the Raiders are really, really kind of, you know, they're doing a like Operation Shutdown almost. They're going to run with what they have. They're going to keep trying to win. They're going to play hard. But they're also going to try to develop young players to build blocks for the future. My guy, Cream Corn himself, the great and powerful Mr. Cold-Blooded. Mark Davis becoming smart like George Steinbrenner and putting together a staff to help him win. Staying in his lane of his business profession. One, Jerry Jones is enough who tried to be like Al. Bro, look, you can't say he's being smart like George Steinbrenner because if we're being honest, George Steinbrenner initially, when he bought the Yankees, the Yankees had the building blocks to be successful. He went out there and he swung big. He brought in all of them guys from the A's. He just raided the cupboard of the successful team. Brought in Reggie Jackson and all these guys, right? You had Guidry and all those guys. You had Nettles and all them guys, and the Yankees won, and that's great. But then after that little run, George Steinbrenner was horrendous for a long time. And the thing that really built the New York Yankees was when George Steinbrenner got suspended for hiring a private investigator to dig up dirt on Dave Winfield. And then Gene Stickmichaels and Bob Watson built the Yankees. They're the ones who went out and stopped signing stupid people like Danny Tartabull and all of that nonsense. And you got the core four out of their draft process. You got Derek Jeter. You had, Bernie was already here before that. Bernie Williams, I remember he's platooning in center field with like Gerald Williams and Roberto Kelly and Dion and all of them. You know what I'm saying? But back in the day. But so let's not be comparing Mark Davis to George Steinbrenner. Let's hope that Mark Davis can be Mark Davis and that can bring us to where we need to be, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But, I got respect for you. You are a get off my lawn veteran. And I'm telling you right now, man. Yeah, man. Listen, they can keep that Leroy Ali. Shout out to my brother from the Brick City, Leroy Ali, man. Shout out to him. I always remember all my guys that's from Newark and Jersey. I always remember that. You, Burton, all of y'all, man. Tom Brady and Richard Seymour, president of player personnel. Maybe not, man. Maybe not. Torque Lewis, wasted. We got the same position needs that we had back in April. These mother effers was never planning on winning this year. You could say that. You could say that, bro. I mean, listen, bro. I'm not gonna go out here. I don't like to go and accuse people of not trying to do their job. I don't like doing. I think that's very dangerous, right? Now, the Raiders today are not who the Raiders were supposed to be because they had so many injuries. I don't think that the Raiders' deficiencies would loom as large if they had a full myriad of the talent that they thought they were going to have at the beginning of the season, bro. My God, you're wasted. If we really pursue Ben Johnson, who are the other teams we're in competition with? The Eagles, the Bengals, the Jets, the Jags. I think we're in competition with the Eagles, bro. The Eagles, man, if I'm Ben Johnson, the Eagles, it all depends on if he's gonna, if he thinks that he can win with Jalen Hurts, right? But that's a loaded roster right there. The Jags, maybe, but you got Trevor Lawrence there, but then you got to look at that ownership group. You got to look at that ownership group. That ownership group could be an issue there. Someone explain why Tom Brady will make this team better. I don't get it. Way too real. We are pontificating, bro. We don't know that to be true. How do you ever know that something's going to work out before it works out? The only thing you can do is make a hypothesis. We all know what a hypothesis is. Or do we all know? Everybody in the chat. Do we know what a hypothesis is? My guy, East Coast Gritted and Iron is in a place, man. Do we all know what a hypothesis is? It is an educated guess, right? So remove the emotion from this, right? If you have a guy in the ownership group that has won 7 Super Bowls, that is the greatest quarterback of all time, has been around championship coaches, GMs, his entire career, would you not think that experience is viable? I mean, I would think so, right? We've always said we want an owner that knows the game. Al Davis knew the game, right? Why did he know the game? Because he was around the game. He was a coach. He was a scout. He was the commissioner of the AFL. He was a brilliant guy, right? The one thing that you cannot take away from Mr. Tom Brady is that he knows the game. Now, we're not getting high on hopium. We don't know yet. Let's see what capacity Brady is going to have in the building. Now, I know Mark Davis said he brought him in to be a football brain. I'm going to be real with you. This is not basketball. Everybody compares him to Michael Jordan. This ain't the same because this is the difference, right? In basketball, a lot of your success is predicated on when you're bad, that you're bad in the year that the guy comes out and that the lottery balls fall in your favor. Basketball is a totally different sport. If you get one player changes everything in basketball. One guy. One guy. One guy. One guy. Basketball is totally different. So Michael Jordan, they tanked. They were bad. They get the first pick. He comes out of retirement and they pick Kwame Brown. Now, no disrespect to Kwame Brown, but that was a guy that probably needed to do a year in college or something like that because he was super talented, bro. Right? And then him going in there with all them veterans and trying to win, that was a bad spot to put Kwame in, right? But imagine how much of a genius you look like if you got the number one pick when Wembanyama comes out. How much of a genius are you when you got the number one pick and LeBron James is out there? Transformative, right? Everything changes with one player. It's got to be the right guy. And you got to just be lucky enough to get that guy. And then that guy that's going to like, you know, what happens if you're a GM and then boom, damn, we got the number one pick. We got Rashard Lewis and we got, you know, Ray Allen. Oh shit, we got the number one pick. Kevin Durant's coming out. We got the number two pick. The team before us took Greg Oden. We could take Kevin Durant. Holy shit. Then the next year, you know, oh man, we got first round, second round pick. Shit, man, James Harden is there. Russell Westbrook there too. Holy shit. Now we cooking with gas, right? Basketball is a lot easier to rebuild something. You just got to be in the right market. You got to be in the right market and you got to be a place where people want to be. And you get one player and then everybody starts flocking there because them guys don't really want to win. And the NFL is different. It's more nuanced than that. I totally believe that having a person with Brady's wealth of knowledge is going to be a benefit as opposed to a detriment. And it's also a good thing that he don't have too much power. Now, I don't know how Brady is going to be. I don't know that. I would be a liar to tell you I know this is going to be great. What I'm going to tell y'all is that, yo, I'm looking at the situation and I'm going to tell you the reason why I think it will be a good thing. Because I'm just using the facts. Brady's resume, who he is, his knowledge around the game, the fact that he's a competitor, the fact he wants to win. Now, are those things going to translate into, you know, picking the right players or picking the guy who picks the right players and hiring the right people? Because that's what it's essentially about. Because I don't expect for Tom Brady to be the guy to say, pick this guy, this guy, this guy, and that guy. If he's doing that, then we're going to lose, right? But if he's a guy that can be like, yo, I love the way this guy sees the game, I think we should hire this guy. This is a guy I trust, right? Okay, that guy, bring that quarterback in front of me. Let me quiz this kid. I'm Tom fucking Brady. Who knows more about being a quarterback than me? Right? Oh, like I watched Tom Brady damn near GM a championship team down in Tampa Bay. He said, give me this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. We're going to win. So hopefully he can, bro. I'm not telling you it's definite. I'm not fucking screaming from the mountaintops. But if you want me to come out here and shit on the move and say it's not going to work and it's more bullshit about the Raiders, some of y'all want me or in certain content creators, y'all just want us to be negative all the time. I'm not going to do that, bro. I need to, as a fan, as a pundit of whatever team, I need to be able to find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I need to tell you why maybe it might rain to make that rainbow too. You got to give me the latitude to give you the positive part of it too, my brother. If you want somebody to just be negative about the Raiders, this ain't the channel for you, bro. This ain't it. I'm not going to just be negative. I'm going to tell you the truth, but I'm not just going to come and shit all over everything. I'm not doing that. You got some guys that come out of the shadows and they just, everything is just negative. You got some guys that no matter what the Raiders do, if they're negative, or you have certain guys who don't want to fucking, you know, commit to nothing. They put all of these takes out there and they kind of like back up their shit by nonsense. I'm not going to do that because at the beginning of this channel and me and why I do this every day is my love for this team, bro. My love for this team is what brings me here every day. Now, we're going to focus on the future. Let's focus on the future. You want to know why I could get greater? Great. I'm not delusional, but I am a fan and I love this team. It's one of the great loves in my life, besides my children and my wife and my mom and my family. I love the Raiders. Love the Raiders. And I'm going to tell you something, yo. I want to see us be great again. And I have to believe we're going to turn it around. I have to believe that. I need to pack it up. And you know what? Because you guys are all Raiders and y'all love the Raiders too, I got love for all of y'all. And that's why I can come here every day and we can have this kind of like, it's like almost like a fraternity, bro. It's a fraternity that we're in. It's a fraternity that we're in. And guess what? There are a lot of people that will say to me, yo, y'all just turned on Davante Adams. It ain't his fault. I'm going to tell you something. If you ain't with us, you against us. And if you didn't want to be a part of the solution, you're always you worried about yourself, and that's his right to just be worried about him. That's why it's special when you get a guy like Max Crosby who cares about the whole product. It's a very special thing, and we have to nurture that. We got to keep that in this building. That's not a guy I'm willing to part with. I'm not willing to part with Max Crosby. We drafted him. He got this shit in his heart, in his veins. He don't want to be nowhere else. Davante Adams forced his way here and try to force his way out. So guess what? He don't get that grace from me. Because guess what? If you ain't with us, you against us. And fuck you if you don't want to be here. Excuse my language. You don't want to be here and you want to cry about your touches and your career and all this shit. You want to do your little chip and dip commercials with your Taco Bell. Fuck you then. Get out of here. Get the F out of here. Like somebody treated you bad. You force your punk ass over here. Then you gonna go in New York, like go over to New York in the morning. You out here, fucking acting like you're hurt. Mr. Kaiser Sose himself. It's Kaiser Sose right there. Oh, my hamstring. Oh, my vagina hurts. Oh, my God. Somebody get me a doucher. Give me a douchebag. My vagina is hurting right now. This is the Davante Adams. This is how I'm viewing him. Soon as he gets traded, I bet you he's going to run out of there like a goddamn cheetah. So guess what? You don't want to be here with the Raiders. And I know I don't like to curse too much, but I'm going to do it again. Hey, kids, if you're listening, cover your ears. Women, if you're listening, cover your ears. But fuck Davante Adams. Fuck him. Get him out of here. And guess what? If he want to take care of himself, fine. We got to take care of ourselves too, though. We got to take care of ourselves up here, our mental standpoint. We got to take care of us too. We got to take care of us. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of the Raiders, the Shield. I'm taking care of how I feel about our interests. His interests don't line up with ours. And guess what? That $35 million headache, the Jets, you can have it. Good luck, Woody Johnson. Good luck. Good effing luck. Playing wide receiver is an expectation to get your bell rung. DA cried about getting hit. My guy, David Walker, Brick City's very own. Brick City's very own, man. My dog, David Walker, man. Shout out to him. He said, I love the nation. You damn right. Damn right. My guy, David Walker. I'm sure David Walker has had a steak and take from the green and orange truck. I'm sure David Walker done been to Kings. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure of this. I'm sure David Walker has been to Vonda's down on West Kenny. I know David Walker been down there. This is Brick City's very own. I'm sure that he's had a beef patty with cheese on Elizabeth Avenue at Jersey Fried Chicken. I'm sure one time or two he's been downtown Newark and seen Check It Out, regaling him with all the finest oils and mixtapes. Shout out to my guy David Walker, man. Shout out to my dog David Walker. Been up in Sensations back in the day in the Zanzibar. Shout out to my dog David Walker, man. That's Brick City's very own. You show him some effing respect up in here. Some effing respect. Let me get to some of these, man. My guy Space Beast, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been behind the 8 ball. Does Dylan Labe get another chance? I'm sure he does. It's not like they're gonna cut the kid, but to be honest with you, Dylan Labe was done wrong, bro. I think with a guy like Dylan Labe, because he is very talented, he can run around. I think they should get him involved in the passing game more to get him kind of up to speed with getting touches out there. The only way you get better is getting touches, right? But then if you're turning the ball over, it's hard for the coaches to put their to put their faith in you, right? This is one game he's gonna move on, but I would like to see them get Dylan Labe out there and get him in the passing game. And the one thing he needs to focus on, as opposed to trying to break a touchdown, is getting the ball, making that one move, and covering and protecting the football. It's full Tiki Barber status. He said that. Anthony, never thought in a million years the same day I would stop following Davante Adams will be the same day I started following Tom Brady. Shit's crazy. Yo, Anthony R. Hernandez, man. Listen, this is a crazy world. There's a lot of things I never thought I would see, that I've seen. Listen, the only thing, and I'm going to quote the great Sting, the wrestler Sting, the great and powerful Sting. He's always said, the only thing that's for sure is nothing's for sure. Larry DM, book it. Brady is the heir to Mark Davis, and he will own his team one day. Get used to it. He might. Mark Davis don't have any children, man. I mean, I don't know if Mark Davis, got a few floating around out there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he do, man. Who knows, man? My guy Anthony Green. Adams is finally gone. Let's get healthy again and finish the season strong. Just win, baby. My guy Anthony Green is in a place to be. Should leave. Love you too, Wasted. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, bro. I follow you because you're the most level-headed, man. Marty Mayhem, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I pride myself on being a level-headed guy, man. And I appreciate that you recognize that in me, my brother. What do you think about Brady and Seymour in the draft room? Dog, look, I'm never a proponent of guys that don't scout people for a living making those kind of decisions. I think when you start having organizations that are bad organizations, you have people in spaces that they should not be. So I want Tom Brady and Richard Seymour in the room when the decision makers that they want in there are hired. I want them to be like, yo, I like this guy's outlook on football. I like his vision for where the Raiders are going to go. Oh, I like his resume. Look at the players he scouted and he was right on. Let's read his scouting reports. How accurate is that? What do I think about that scouting report? Man, I agree with his assessment of this player. He sees the game the way that I do. Hey, Mark, bring this guy in. And then move the fuck out the way and allow him to do his job. And then once you allow him to do his job, don't just allow him to do his job without oversight. You go in there and you hold him accountable for the results of the decisions he makes. That's how you win, man. You got to give people in certain spaces the latitude to do their damn job. Davante Adams must imagine dragons because he can imagine dragging these nuts. Shout out to you. Black Raider WP. Mark cares more about his money than the Raider Nation or winning. Otherwise, our brand new pretty stadium wouldn't be overrun by over opposing teams and fans. Now, bro, I don't believe that. Now, Mark Davis, say what you will, the first thing that Mark Davis had to be concerned about doing is making money. He had to Creflo a dollar like the preacher. He had to show enough Creflo up a dollar, because let me tell y'all something, bro. If there's no money, Mark don't own his team. If there's no money, there's no Davante Adams. None of this shit is happening, bro. It take money to make money. The thing that Mark is responsible for is setting the table so that we're viable in free agency. There was a time, and I've said this a million times, when we knew that if it was a big free agent, we weren't getting him. When nobody come into that stadium in Oakland, bro, to play for us. Did I want us to leave Oakland? Did I want us to get a new stadium in Oakland? Yes, I wanted that. It didn't happen. So the next viable thing is to go to a new sports market. Now, this is the problem. When you're in Las Vegas, when you're in Miami, when you're in even Los Angeles, these are not real sports towns. There are a lot of people in Los Angeles that are going to be offended by me saying that, right? But you guys know California is a beautiful place. Los Angeles is a beautiful place. It is a vibrant place. There's so many things going on in Las Vegas, right? And the Rams game or the Charger game might be the 8th most popular thing going on that day in LA. And the only way you make it prime time and paramount is if you are winning. And when you're not winning, they're not going to show up. You don't have people like in other parts of this country where they live, breathe, die, eat, sleep, and shit. Just that sport, because there's nothing else going on. That's the most important thing going on there. You know, like there's some college towns where when the Alabama Crimson Tide are playing, there's nothing else going on. There's some places in Texas when their high school team is playing, that is all they're doing. When the Cowboys are playing, that's all they're doing, bro. There's nothing else going on bigger than that. In the Northeast, you got people that'll sit there and watch the Jets go 1-15 every goddamn game, and the place will be packed in Giant Stadium. You'll have the same people paying for season tickets. They go there every year and say, Jets sucks. Yeah, bro, like it's just different, bro. You got people like, bro, it's different. And I think Miami is that kind of town. When the Miami Heat and LeBron James and them were there, it was prime time. Everybody's there. Jay-Z's there. Beyonce's there. Every superstar of the world is down there. The White Out, everybody. You can't go down the strip. I've been down there when the Heatles were there, right? Then it get a little murky and nobody's there. The Knicks, bro, let me tell you something. When bro, before Linsanity, right? Like, before Linsanity, like I remember us having Jamal Crawford and all of them there. Us having some bad teams with the Knicks. People would show up to the Garden every night, no matter what. Every night. Will the ticket price fluctuate? Yeah, but people will show up every night to watch the Knicks, bro. It's different. That shit different, bro. Even the Lakers. I remember all of them years after Showtime. And then I remember it was that little gap in between Kobe and Shaq when you had Anthony Peeler and Eddie Jones and St. Nick at Night, Nick Van Exel, and James Worthy was at the end of his run, and Eldon Campbell was there. This is before they traded away Vlade. And the Lakers were like they weren't terrible. The Forum was empty. And that's how Las Vegas is. If we don't win, I went all the way around the river and through the woods to come back to this point. The Raiders don't win, it don't mean a hill of beans, because ain't nobody going to show up and support a team and then have this spirit where, because you got a lot of people that bought tickets to the Raiders Stadium as an investment. They're not even fans, bro. You got a lot of corporate people who own these tickets. You got a lot of people who are not really sports fans. They saw it as an opportunity. And they put them tickets on the Raiders website to the highest bidder. That's what happened. So if you guys feel like this is something that, that's something that the only way in an event town like Las Vegas, when you have people with residencies and you got casinos and you got shit blowing up everywhere, and you got people zip lining every goddamn where, you got, dispensaries and hookers everywhere. It's like sensory overload in Las Vegas. You got food at every corner. You got the biggest food, the best food. You got people fucking coming up to you and trying to rap to you. You got all this stuff, right? Guess what? To get people's attention to go like this and like that and to focus on the Raiders, you gotta win. You have to look on that wall and believe in that mantra that's on that wall that says, just win, baby. Just win. If you win, everything will bring you back to the magic that was what we were in the past. Now, if we're going and we're reaching back and trying to recreate Oakland Coliseum, that is a special group of people. Those people are still in Raider Nation. Some of them can't afford to get out there to Las Vegas, but they're all over the world. Right? You're never, ever, ever going to get the amalgamation of culture and vibrance and loyalty that you got from the Bay. Look, man, there's just, it's like when you talk about like art, Denzel Washington said something that was very, very poignant, right? They asked him when he was directing Fences, somebody asked him, do you think that Martin Scorsese could direct Fences as well as you? And he said, is he a great director? Yeah. Could he make a great movie? Yeah. He goes, but it's not color, it's culture. I'm directing this movie because this is something that is near and dear to me because it's my culture, bro. I know what it smells like to smell a hot comb on the stove. I know what the collard greens smell like in the kitchen. It's a culture thing, right? There's a culture that is embedded in the Bay Area that you can never fake. You can't fake that. But the one thing the Raiders can do if they win, they can create a new culture in Las Vegas. This is a new sports town. And they can bring the culture of Los Angeles with the original Oakland culture. And then they can join that together with the glitz and glamour of Las Vegas. And maybe we can make a new nation that's even greater and stronger. We can bring all the misfits, all of us crazy misfits, along with the commercially viable people, put it all together. It could be gumbo, right? It could be gumbo. This is the thing, though, y'all. You guys got to understand something. And I don't mean to get on my soapbox, but you guys gather around. Gather around. Waste is on his soapbox because this is a splendiferous day in Raider history. You got to win. It doesn't matter. Mark Davis can do whatever he wants. He can go out there and sell it out. He can have Christina Aguilera at halftime. He can have Carrot Top. He could have Johnny Knoxville pulling a goddamn horseshoe out of his nose. You can do whatever you want. You can bring whatever celebrity you want. You can have Flo Rida and these assholes at halftime. At the end of the day, you are going to get egg on your face. You are going to be an abject failure and an embarrassment to this right here, the Raiders brand. If the Raiders become this transient, just motel of a stadium, the Raiders can't continue to be, Allegiant Stadium cannot continue to be a motel. It can't be a place where people come and do their business and leave. We got to make it a home. And the only way you make it a home is to win. That is the only way. It is the only way. And he knows that. And Mark Davis has more days behind him than ahead of him. This is a man in his 60s. He does not want to die being a guy who fucked up the greatest and most loyal fan base in the history of sports. Jeffrey Kreiser said it best. The Golden Knights arena isn't full of opposing fans because they win. And I'm going to be honest with you. Hockey fans are different too, man. It's more of a niche, nuanced thing. And they're very, very territorial. It's like college. You know what I'm saying? Raider DB. Bro, we ain't going to win without players. And we run them out here and hate on them. That's not true, bro. That's not true. Graf, you about to be unceremoniously blocked. Get the F out of here. Go over there and go worry about wearing underwear. Did not show your Halloweener. Your Halloweener, Graf. Get the F out of here. The F out of here, Graphic Raider, with your nonsense. Stop distracting me. Cooking here. But, bro, they say we're not going to win with our players, bro. It's not just having good players, bro. It's having guys that are good players who are bought in for the long haul and that are ready to ride the ebbs and flows of what, because it's not easy to win a championship. Everybody doesn't have this meteoric rise and you get 2 or 3 players and you just fucking just run. It is a culture change from the top to the bottom, right? That's the reason why the thing with AP is very interesting, because a lot of the times it starts with the guy who picks the players, and then he picks that coach, and then that coach has to have the right system in place, and he has to have track record and the way he goes about his business. And a lot of the times you have to have an amalgamation of guys that you work with, that you trust. The problem with Antonio Pierce is that he doesn't have enough history to have that. He doesn't have his guys. Like Andy Reid had his guys because he was a coach in Philadelphia for years and he was very, very successful. So he can bring in Doug Peterson. He can bring in Eric Sleeping with Bieniemy and all these guys. And he can bring in Spags because he's worked with him before. That's his man. They go and they, boom, this is what we do. Spags, you got this, blah, 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 blah. We're all together. Antonio Pierce hasn't developed that. Now, we're expecting for him to develop that in real time, right? Then figure out how to be a head coach. Then work with a GM that he really doesn't have and the GM didn't hire. So now you have all these things fighting against each other. So I hope we're able to go and use this situation and kind of do patchwork and mend certain fences together. Because look, at the end of the day, it's about the style of play. It's not about the record. It's not about the record this year. It's about the style of play. It is about the way he goes about his business. It's about the way he deals with the players. It's about the way he deals with the media. It's about the way he deals with the schematics of football, timeouts, things like that, just strategic things. And can you be the CEO of this team? Can you be the CEO of the football side of this team? Once you got all the players and you got that gumbo in that pot, you ain't mixed it up yet. Do you have the ability to say, yo, hey, man, you ran 2 dive plays right up the middle. Yo, man, change that shit up. This is what I want. Yo, I need you to throw a little bit more, man. I see something out there. Throw some more. Hey, defense, make some adjustments. Hey, Pat, that's what I need. Get it to me. Right? Hey, this guy's not getting enough touches. Why are we not riding the hot hand, everybody? What the F's going on here? Luke Getsy, get my running back out there. Run that effing ball. This is the ease. This is the part of that. Does he have the gravitas to do that? And does he have the breadth of knowledge to do that? I think the problem is the fact that Antonio Pierce has no history as a coach. He don't have guys he can lean on. And the guys he's leaning on are guys who have had their better days down the road before Antonio Pierce, when Antonio Pierce was playing. And then were those days that great? Was Joe Philbin's days that great? Do you really want a guy who, when he was head coach, the Dolphins were terrible? They were on Hard Knocks. Do you want Marvin Lewis, who is probably, if I'm being honest, the poster child for mediocre football, one and out football? Is this the guy we need here? Is this the guy, if we draft Shedeur Sanders, that you're going to entrust with developing him? Let me tell y'all something. I'm not quitting on AP. I wanted AP to be the coach, wanted that Raider way back, but I think we need to, as a fan base, recalibrate what the Raider way is. The Raider way right now is to be continued. We need to download winning into that way. That look back into the past is cool, man. The culture, the renegade shit, that's great. Smoking cigars, dancing in the locker room, that's cool. But I would much rather that shit happen after we've won the AFC Championship, going to the Super Bowl. And I would much rather that happen us winning the Super Bowl. I would much rather have champagne being poured on everybody as opposed to us dancing and getting excited about some shit that really didn't matter. That is what I want. That is the only thing. That's the metric, bro. So whoever can get us closest to that is who I want in the building. And do I want this to become a dumpster fire? No, I don't. But at the end of this season and at the end of every season, you need to reassess whether the guy you got at the helm of the most prestigious job in my life, my Raiders are my favorite team out of all the teams I support. The Knicks, the Yankees, the Raiders are my favorite team. If there's a Knick game on, there's a Raider game on, and there's a Yankee game on, I'm watching the Raiders. I need for the guy in the building to be a guy that's making the right decision and to be the right man for the job. And at the end of the season, we are going to reassess that. Every game, I'm going to give you my report card of how I feel like this coaching staff is done. And at the end of the season, look, I'm not saying run AP out of town. I'm not an asshole like that. I'm not saying, oh, fire Getsy. $5.99, fire Getsy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to assess every game, and I'm going to tell you what I think. And hopefully it works out. Telling you right now, man. That is what we're going to do, y'all. That's what we're going to do. My guy Minak with the 5 Raider Nation Unlimited memberships, yo. I appreciate y'all, man. I love all of y'all, man. Thank you guys for supporting this channel all day, man. Listen, I want y'all to go on over there. The AFC West Roundup. You guys are going to get a trifecta of Graphic Raider. You know they're going to be over there cooking them because we traded Davante Adams. Go on over there. Everybody that got donated memberships, please thank everybody who has donated memberships to this channel. We ran a little long today. It's a 2-hour smash. Hug D says MILF won the world, and I cannot disagree with him. The MILF hunter himself, Hug D's is in a place. You guys, I love every single one of y'all, man. Maniac is spelled different, whatever. Maniac, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You know, I'm looking at the chat. I'm sorry, effed up. Maniac, my guy, appreciate you for supporting everybody. But I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We're going to be rocking and rolling all effing week, y'all. Y'all have a terrific night, man. Love every single one of y'all, man. And y'all know.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Let me tell y'all something, man. If you got the greatest quarterback of all time in the ownership group and you got a prima donna who is acting like an insta-baddie with Aaron Rodgers out of your building, the price went through the effing roof. Good night. Love every single one of y'all, man. Oh, yeah. Fuck Davante Adams, man. See you later.